Creation still right here on the Voice of Nature. Before we get back to where we stopped on our reviews, I have an urgent video from our dear brother at JCC_quote TikTok account. You can visit it on your leisure. He's doing a quite noble jobs there concerning the ongoing flood in Maiduguri, Nigeria, that I'm much interested to support by also sharing my thoughts. He has posed very considerable queries. Do we think what is happening right now in Borno State is a spiritual problem? He also indirectly answered it all by adding a rhetoric. Had it been nothing was constructed initially to block the free flow of water bodies, do we think there will be flood? He said we are the ones disturbing water bodies. Water bodies are not disturbing us. And here is my heartfelt concern, like he said, that humans are actually blocking the natural tracks of water bodies. Creations, hear from the voice of nature, again to all creations, that as far as God and this earth is concerned, there are laws governing everything. Now to the first query. If that is a spiritual problem, I want to remind all creations that the earth base is spiritual. I've said it severally, and spirituality is actually what birthed the naturality, and through diverse creations, cultures and traditions we are witnessing or that are manifesting on the planet Earth. I will then once again advise us to revisit St. John Gospel chapter 1 verse 1 to 4. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. If the Word is God, what is God? Is that not spirit? And verse 3 says something that every creation here on earth should never do away with. Through these words, which is God, all things, it says, were made. It's added that without him, nothing was made that has been made. So what are we talking about? Why do we always want to deny God the glory of his infinite intelligence and capacity? Hear this day, ye all creations, that every creation on this earth plane is a spirit. Hear what verse 4 says. In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. Now here, creations, on the privilege of who I am and my mission, I have to add here that not even only mankind alone, but all things he created has this life and light, which is the eternal central energy. The Word, God, the Holy Spirit are all the same. We could also discover why in those days, and even now in some few places, people do worship rocks, trees, seas, etc. Pray and believe in them, and it works. Why? It's just because of the spiritual base of those natural creations, which are the words manifest. God energy is in all its creation, so it's not the physical of those things that act, rather the word in them all, which is God, and is spiritual. So they are all with life and light. They hear and receive back words made on them or through them. So the power of those words, requests or prayers, are answered through them. And that is why we have to have good motives and speak out good and positive, like we all do know, because of the power behind words. Nothing on this earth was actually made evil. All depends on motives of which they are used or powered, howbeit until now that he has officially chosen to be contacted, worshipped, and get through only his son, the Trinity embodiment. So every natural creation has life in them all. So let's get back. So for water to move in such force and fury is just displaying the same active life force of nature. So in a nutshell, what I'm saying is in support that we should refrain from encroaching on the natural tracks and domains of other creations here on earth. That is if we choose peace, because man isn't the only earth dwellers. So we have to preserve, protect, and promote our diverse natural ecologies as what is that's what sustains the earth plane. So love one for another, not just among humans alone, but to consider other creations. And so, however, permit me to share this story with us. Years ago or back, my attention was drawn to a situation of how a community needed a road and it has to cross a certain water, and I advised them to use another section, as in route, that the particular water should not be divided or segmented, as in crossing a bridge through. I won't really go into much what happened, but as we speak, after spending so much on that bridge for many years now, I don't know of today, that bridge is not used. Why? Subject for another day if permitted. Now, I'm not contesting the standing with any, but with all humility sharing my own thoughts on this matter, that there are waters that should not be segmented or for bridge to cross through or even blocked. I have to also say that on this earth plane, there are places one should not erect a living residence and even other things. Please, creations, to the simple solution in this regard is that before we embark on anything, we should always pray or through this divine gifted creation, make findings. Let's try to make sure we don't obstruct the free flow of other creations and laws, rather harmony.